So at the moment, I mean, generally in Bali, we're in a situation in 2025 now where there is an oversupply of villas, and I'm sure you guys from Betterplace would, agree with that. There's too many villas, and so the ROIs are a little bit low on the low end. I feel personally that it will reverse probably next year. Yeah,
Because it's going like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
When did you discover about Kedungu?
I knew we were supposed to lease a land years ago before COVID. On near Joshua District on the main road going to Chipotra. It was a 60-area land, remember? Price was 4 million per hour, very cheap.
Yeah.
Now it's not the same price anymore.
Welcome back to Betterplace Podcast, and in this episode, we are collaborating with Omri Ben-Canaan, and we are going to talk about the investment hotspot and what's going to happen for real estate market in Bali going for 2025. Whether you're buyers, sellers, investors, or professional, this podcast will give you a good amount of insights to help you stay ahead. All right. So you have Kedungu Fund. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so the Kedungu Fund is it's investment vehicle that we set up 2 years ago in Kedungu. I mean, it's in the name, right?
Yeah.
And the idea was originally, okay, I always like to say like how it started.
Yes, yes.
So because it gives context
Yes.
things, it's not just an investment fund, this is boring, yeah.
There's something behind.
Yeah. And it explains why and how and so on. So
Absolutely.
it started with, you remember I told you that I do like pioneer investing, yeah. So I went to Kedungu and I knew Kedungu was going to be the next big place, yeah. Like the same way Tabanan. So I invested in Tabanan 6 years ago,
Yeah.
and I did 3, 4, 5x on my investments after a few years. So I knew it was going to replicate in Kedungu.
Okay.
Yeah?
And when did you discover about Kedungu?
I knew we were supposed to lease a land years ago before COVID. On near Joshua District on the main road going to Chipotra. It was a 60-area land, remember? Price was 4 million per hour, very cheap.
Yeah.
Now it's not the same price anymore. And we were going to do movie studios.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So like proper like sound stages with Bali Prod. But then COVID hit.
Yeah.
So no more movie studios. Bye bye Kedungu.
Like,
But I knew that
I love
place.
Kedungu now.
Yeah, I knew that place was going to be a hit, but it was too early back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean during COVID we had a lot of time on our hands, so we drove around a lot and spent quite a bit of time in Kedungu. And I felt, the time was ripe to start investing there. Not directly during COVID, but like after, at the end of COVID, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I went there myself and I bought some land myself for in Kedungu, yeah. I put like $500,000 more or less. And then my friends heard about it. And they know I've always been doing, money with, real estate. And many of my friends ask me, Omri, can I give you 100? Can I give you 200? I invest with you on your next project, blah, blah. And I've done it before. And I say, yeah, sure, no problem. I don't make money on them. It's just, to do them a favor. And then 2, 3 friends became like 10, 12. And after a while, I said, guys, I can't, I'm going to dilute myself too much, So, everyone do their own thing, and I can, help you with advice, but I'm not putting my money with you guys. And then I saw that was in 2022, I think, 2022. And I saw, okay, this is silly. I have all these people, they trust me. I know for a fact this region is going to go like crazy. So I know there's money to be made. We need to find something. And this is when the idea of the fund came in. So I don't have a financial background at all. So I started to study.
Oh.
So yeah, I spent like 3-4 months studying, how a fund work. I took some, advisors, mentors, and that helped me shape the idea of creating a fund, which is a little bit crazy. I mean, and And so, yeah, so we launched the fund in 2023. And funny thing, the original 11 friends that I had that wanted to give me money, none of them invested in my fund.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they already invested somewhere else. So I'm like, okay, I don't know who, I have nobody. So I found another 10 friends.
Yeah.
And we invested. I'm also a limited partner, so it's called an investor of a fund is called a limited partner. So I'm also a limited partner. So I have skin in the game.
Yes.
Between my companies and I, we have maybe $500,000 in the fund. And so yeah, we started, and the idea of the fund basically is to invest in land, wait for the price to increase and sell. That was the origin. So land banking, yeah,
Yeah.
on a short period of time, on 5 years, yeah. And that 5 year is coming to an end in 2028. So now we're 2 years in. There's 3 years left.
Yeah.
And as we started that, the fund as it is, just with land banking, we said, okay, this is silly. We have an architecture company, we're a construction company, we have an interior design company. We know how to make business. We know everything. Let's develop some of these lands, yeah? And so all the land that we've acquired so far, 90% is high street prime commercial land.
Okay.
On the main street. One I acquired from Marcus from Betterplace.
Oh.
Actually.
Okay.
Because I met Marcus because I leased the land in front of his house.
Oh, really?
So I was leasing out it. He came out of the house. Hey, what are you doing here? I'm like, and you? I live here. Say, me too.
Oh.
Now, that's how we met.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's very unique.
It's funny, yeah. And so, yeah, we have, like land, commercial land. And so I'm more passionate about commercial projects rather than residential.
Residentials, yes.
There's a lot of people that do an amazing job at residential projects. Oxo, Coco, all these guys, they do great. I don't want to compete, with these guys, but I love commercial projects because they bring value back to the community thing. They bring value to a region.
Yeah.
So we saw, okay, what's the first project we're going to develop? International school. If you don't have a school,
there is no community to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have kids.
Yeah.
You don't have kids, it's no fun, yeah?
Yeah.
And so and also I'm moving to Kedungu and I have a daughter. And I said, okay, I'm not going to drive 45 minutes to every morning so I'm going to build my own school there. And that's how actually it started. It was a school for my daughter. And so we built it, and that school has a capacity of 100 plus kids, which means around 300-400 people altogether gravitating around that school, because of the families that onboard the kids.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of people coming in, and these people need food, they need houses, they need grocery stores, anything. Yeah. So when you build a school, you not only build a school, you open an avenue for other businesses to thrive.
Exactly.
Basically. And I know the school, I mean, everyone's selling anything in Kedungu is saying, oh, by the way, there's a school opening, So it's one of their main selling points, So it's really helping in that sense, the Kedungu as a region to grow faster than it would have if we didn't make that project, So this is how it started, basically, Yeah. But the idea, I mean, okay, it's a great project, the school, blah, blah, but I mean, the idea stays to make money, It's a fund. People are investing not for
it's
the
not
glory
charity.
I mean, people they want return on the investment.
Yeah.
So, and the returns are amazing because it's Bali, and because we've identified a region that is not yet mature, and so we get that mature region prices at an earlier date, so we pay very cheap for that for those land, and so it's very, very financially it's very interesting. Yeah.
And what are your planning for Kedungu funds?
Well, we're still raising money. I think for another year-ish after it will be too expensive.
Yeah.
We want to develop more, so we have a shopping plaza that we want to develop on Marcus land.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it just across the street from the school. We want to define. We have a few land in that same region, near the Padel. I don't know if you know where it is. Anyway, so in that region where the school is, and we want to define where the center of Kedungu will be, basically. So we're creating the center of Kedungu. That's the plan.
Okay. Well, that's a big thing, defining the center of an area, but that is also very smart because you get to draw people into the center of your investment.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. So, I mean, there's still, if anyone wants to invest in the fund,
Still open.
well, it's still open.
Okay.
And it's still a very good investment. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any planning on going to the residential area or something like that?
We started acquiring some residential plots recently because there was no more commercial to acquire. We took them all, more or less. No, I'm joking, but we took a lot. But there aren't that. I mean, there are some very, very good deals to make on residential plots as well. So we acquired a few. We probably do some residential projects, but it's nothing in the works as we speak now.
Yeah.
We really focus on the shopping plaza now, and there's a couple of shopping plaza actually. So we focus on that, and we have to finish the school. I mean, it's already like a handful, yeah. So, but yeah, we'll have some more projects coming up in the next few months, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to find out what's coming in the future for
Just come and live in
Kedungu.
Kedungu.
Yes, probably.
Yeah. Build your house.
Build my house there. Okay. Even though I don't have kids yet, I know where to go to school.
Well, you just got married, so I'm sure kids will come soon.
Okay, well, it's really fun talking about Kedungu, but there's also some highlighted area in Bali that, raises some controversy, I shall say, places like Canggu, Ubud, and now Uluwatu is really growing so fast. It's starting to get overpacked right now, but there's still room to grow. I'm not talking about Canggu, I'm talking about Uluwatu and Pechatu, okay? So the data shows that within the past year, Bali's market has grown like 23% or something, especially in those three areas. Now, looking at the reality in 2025, do you think that it is still possible for people to start investing in those highly, the highly populated, but also fastly growing commercial area like Canggu, Uluwatu, and Ubud?
And by the way, amazing reports that you guys did at Betterplace. I read it. I went through it. I didn't read everything, but it's very long. It's very comprehensive. So, but yeah, really a good job on that. It's, lots of great information.
Yeah.
I think anyone that's making real estate business in Bali should read it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll put a link below.
Yes, we should.
Somewhere.
Please.
Okay.
It's really good. And, the team at Betterplace really do a remarkable job in making all of those data ready for you to read so you don't have to spend months looking for them.
Good job over there. So, I mean, Uluwatu. So, what the question was? Uluwatu? No, sorry, what?
Yeah,
What was the question?
Uluwatu, Canggu, and Ubud is
Okay.
there's still
So,
space for it. Is it still a good time for people to start investing in those areas?
well, I mean, I don't have any investment in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe that's a side.
I think that after.
I'm joking. There are some good investments to make everywhere. I'm focused on Kedungu, but I mean, I think there's good investments to make everywhere. I have a very specific idea of Uluwatu, and I know it's people don't like to hear it, but we did a podcast on it actually. Podcast was called "Why I Would Never Invest in Uluwatu."
Okay, maybe we can put that in the comments or also put it down.
But just to give you like in a nutshell, the problem in Uluwatu, I love the place. It's beautiful. I think it's a lifestyle kind of place.
Yeah.
It's great if you don't have to get out of Uluwatu.
Yes.
Because it's very painful going in and out.
Yeah.
Because of the traffic. The traffic is only going to get worse. And there's no solution to mitigate that problem. Yeah.
Because there is only one way to go.
There's only one way to go.
Yeah.
And one problem that not many people understand about is the water.
Yeah.
So Uluwatu doesn't have water. I mean, there is to some extent, but it's rare. So most of the water is brought by trucks.
Yeah.
And like the gas trucks, like the fuel trucks, the same one. And you can see you can see now there are about one truck every 20 cars. And every year it's 2 cars less. Whereas 18 cars next year, and then 15 cars, and then and so on and so forth. Yeah. And so it's creating more traffic. There are some instances where water is not delivered in time. So there's water shortage in some villas. And it's it's a problem. So I wouldn't, and that was the whole point of our podcast, the podcast we did at Bali Business Club, is on thinking, on the long term thinking. I think it's a little dangerous because I haven't, and we did some research. I mean, there's a desalination plants, but it's not obviously not big enough to for
Supply.
plus expensive. It's very hard to dig wells because it's very, 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 very deep. And there's I haven't seen government plans in place on a short or middle or long term to mitigate the problem. So, and the metro cannot go there. The Bali metro. The metro underground.
Oh, the metro.
Subway,
yeah.
So there's a subway being built in Bali right now, yeah, and it cannot go there. I had lunch with the engineers, the team of engineers, and they explained that it cannot go there because of the rocks or whatever, yeah. So there's no plan B, yeah. And I mean, there's Go Boat,
but no, I don't think for now that's the best solution.
I don't know. I think a few of them capsized, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wouldn't take them, but it's. I mean, the concept is great. I think it's. So
a good alternative.
Boats, but
yes.
Yeah. Not working well. Not yet. Not yet there.
Yeah.
So this is Uluwatu. Canggu is. What can I say? Everything has been said on Canggu. But look, again on Uluwatu, it's if you live in Bali or if you want to live there and you want to live part-time in Uluwatu, I mean, it's great, I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, but it does have...
You have to understand that you might not have water at some point, yeah?
Yeah, and I've experienced that. There's actually... Now, the last time I went to Uluwatu...
You have experienced that?
Yes, I lived there for 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and there has been times where I was, trying to get some water when there's something wrong with the water supply. But now, what's interesting is that some companies are offering specialize in drilling waters for hard, rock land in Uluwatu. I don't know if that works and how much does it cost. But
very, very expensive.
Yeah, but there are some companies apparently doing that, but I don't know if it's good for the land structure or anything. But yeah, I think we need to keep an eye on that and see where they're.
I mean, if this is a solution, that would be a great solution. Because that truck business, it just doesn't. It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
It's impossible. I mean, and the more you build, and it's building like crazy. And huge projects too.
Yeah.
Mira, Coco, they're building massive projects. Good for them, but I mean, the more big project there is, the more water you need.
Yeah.
So at some point there will be it's how many cars every how many trucks,
Yeah.
and not the other way around. So yeah. Anyway, so Canggu.
Yeah.
Canggu. Just say the name. I'm really tired. It's I mean, it's not even mature anymore. It's over mature. It's rotten.
It's rotten.
Yeah.
I was about to say that. I was holding myself.
Yeah. It's too much. It's
yeah.
I don't know what to think. I mean, it's there's still money to be made in businesses. So if you open a F&B or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think you have good money to be made in so this is something I don't understand. I'm doing some soon, but nobody has done it before. Is building office spaces.
Office spaces for
There's so many digital nomads. There are so many startups. It's so hard to find an office space here.
Yeah.
And the money is so good, and nobody does it. It's beyond me.
And it's different from co-working space.
Co-working space don't make money. Co-working space make money with ancillary businesses.
Yeah.
So if you take Outpost, they make money with co-living.
Yeah.
With the houses, Beluna, they make money with the food, and so on and so forth. I went to Setter last year. 2 weeks after they opened, they had 16 office spaces, like private office spaces. 15 of them were already booked 2 weeks after. Yeah?
Wow. Okay.
And the price, so one office space was the same, so like from here, that wall, exactly that here.
Like 3 by 6.
So like 3 by 5,
5,
6.
6. Yeah.
It was 23 million a month.
Woo.
I mean, talk about some rental.
That's better than
yield. Yeah, it's better than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're working on a project to build some in Pantai Lima at the moment, and I probably do some in Kedungu as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very hard. And I've lived that experience myself with my companies. It's super, it's very, like if you're in France, in New York, in Australia, whatever, there are, gazillion office spaces to it. It's corporate oriented.
Yeah.
In here, it's very hard. Like my company here, where we're sitting, it used to be a guest house.
Oh, okay.
We turned this guest house into an office space, but it was not made for office. Yeah.
Oh,
So we had a lot of chance to make, and
Yeah.
so no one is. This is one thing that's really lacking, I think, is services to companies, whatever they are. Yeah. So office space, services to help companies doing this and that. I don't know. So it's really missing here.
Yeah. That's a really great insight.
It's a great idea for business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone interested to contact me? We will do it together. Yeah. But and so back to Canggu.
Yeah.
You can, I think rental business is great, because there's a lot of people in the same place. So you have, buying power is huge. But yeah, as far as real estate, like, classic real estate, what Betterplace does and we do or whatever, I think, you can make money with rental still. But you'd make more money somewhere else, I think.
Yeah. There's many more opportunities.
Yeah.
Outside of Canggu.
Yeah. And your entry ticket is going to be so high in Canggu.
Yeah.
In order to break even, it's going to take way longer than anywhere else, So that's Canggu. Ubud now.
Oh, I think people are starting to put their eyes too much on Bingin, Canggu, Uluwatu. They forgot about this magical place.
I feel you want to answer yourself that question about Ubud. So Ubud, well, it's beautiful. Okay. Lots of crazies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of crazy people out there.
I would say free-spirited, explorative.
It's called crazy. Okay, free-spirited, whatever. A little bit too many for me.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned. I think there's a company called Magnitude. I don't know if you know this company.
Yeah,
it's a French company.
Yeah.
They built, I don't know how many hundreds of villas. They are beautiful. Very nice villas, very Instagrammable, Airbnb-able, if there's such a term. Actually, if you go on Ubud and you go on Airbnb, you only will see Magnitude Villa. It's very hard to find another non-Magnitude Villa. Yeah? And I feel there are too many. So you can find extremely good deals in Ubud right now, which is not a good sign. It's great for us, for people going on holiday.
Yeah.
But it's not so great for business.
Yes.
Because then investment is not as your ROI.
Yeah.
The return on investment is not as good as anywhere else. Yeah? And I remember my family last summer, we rented this massive 5-bedroom house for 5 million a day, which was very, very cheap.
Yeah.
And it was not a one-off. There were, maybe like 10 houses we could have rented for that price in August.
Last August.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, and they were all Magnitude houses. So, Yeah, I feel Ubud is the market is a bit saturated. We did a podcast actually on the ratio of oversupply, the correlation between oversupply and ROI.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's basically it's like a DNA thing, like when your oversupply is here, then your ROI is here, and then it cross again, and so on and so forth.
I see.
So at the moment, I mean, generally in Bali, we're in a situation in 2025 now where there is an oversupply of villas, and I'm sure you guys from Betterplace would, agree with that. There's too many villas, and so the ROIs are a little bit low on the low end. I feel personally that it will reverse probably next year. Yeah.
Because it's going like that.
Yeah, exactly. But in Ubud, they've built so many villas that it's gonna take probably more than 1 year to reverse. Yeah. That's my opinion. I may be wrong. I don't know, but hopefully I'm wrong. I don't know.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Ubud.
Interesting take.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. Well, thank you so much for the insights, even giving us ideas for business developments.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna cut it short for now. But before we say goodbye, is there something that you like to say to all of the audience? Maybe like words of advice when it comes
God.
to business in Bali?
You should have told me before. I would have prepared something smart.
Okay, I'll give you some time.
No, I don't know. There's so many things to say, you know. One thing, because that's annoys me quite a bit. A lot of people come to Bali and think they are going to get cheap salaries, like they're gonna employ people for very cheap, and then everyone complains that they are not working well and whatever. So this is good for villa owners, for businessmen, entrepreneurs, for anyone that's employing someone.
Yeah.
I want to make people understand the only value of your company is the sum of the value of the people inside. Yeah. And if you hire someone that's cheap, you will get
Cheap services.
exactly. Yeah.
Cheap performance.
And this is a mistake that a lot of people do in Bali when they come, and villa owners as well. A lot of villa owners. So their staff is, not amazing. And in other businesses, restaurants or business like mine, if you don't hire people that have, are great at what they do,
Yeah.
then your company is just not going to be great. So that's the advice for the day.
Oh, okay.
You wanted one?
And do you run a business in recruitment as well?
Sorry?
Do you run recruitment, right?
Yeah, we have a company called High and Low Headhunters.
Yes.
Website is highandlowagency.com. And it's a recruiting company. Yeah.
Okay, so that's really good advice. And if you need help in recruitments, you can go to
High and Low.
High and Low.
Yeah.
All right, Omri, thank you so much for your time. I know you're a very busy guy. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having us in your house, Fox Pop.
Yeah, Fox Pop Studios, our new venture. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a podcast called Bali Business Club, as you know.
Yeah.
And before we're shooting in my office, my partner's office, in the garden, whatever. And it was okay. Now let's make a studio. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we made the studio we dreamt of for ourselves, and we rented out also. But so we have our own place to shoot our own stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Amazing. We can't wait to see what's more coming from you within the next years and more. And thank you so much once again for your time.
Thanks to you. Thanks to Betterplace for inviting me.
Yes. And we're going to talk more about businesses in Bali, developments, especially in real estate markets. So make sure that you click the subscribe button and follow us. And do let us know what you think about today's podcast in the comments below. All right. We'll see you in the next episode. Omri, thank you so much. Let's say goodbye.
Thank you, Maria.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.